In the last session, we learned about the freestyle posing round of bodybuilding competition. We discussed the 60-second and 90-second posing routines, which you'll perform in bodybuilding competition. We talked about the difference between static poses, otherwise known as poses, and dynamic poses, otherwise known as transitions, and why both are equally important. We then started discussing how to choose the poses that are best for your physique. In this video, you'll learn how to put together poses and transitions to create your very own personalized posing routine. Let's start with the 60-second competition posing routine, which requires no music. This is going to enable us to focus on the basics of constructing a posing routine. We'll start with the 60-second routine from the relaxed front-facing position. As I've mentioned in previous videos, you're never completely relaxed in competition. Remember that when you're on stage, all eyes are on you, so make sure that you keep your abs nice and tight and keep your legs flexed. Of the 60 seconds available to you, you'll use approximately half of that time for your poses and the other half for transitions between poses. A good rule of thumb is to spend 3 seconds in a pose, followed by a 3-second transition into the next pose. So you might start your posing routine with a front double bicep pose. You'll hold that pose for 3 seconds, and then you'll perform a 3-second transition into the next pose, which in this case is a front lat spread. You can start with 2 or 3 poses to the front, and then you turn to one of the sides. I like to work in a circle, first doing my poses from the front, followed by doing my poses from the side, and then poses from the back, and then again turning to the next side and doing the poses from that side, and then from the front again. So I start with the front double biceps and front lat spread as you saw. Be 1 and 2. And then to continue the demonstration after these initial 2 front poses, I'll turn counterclockwise to the side, transitioning into a side chest pose. So from here, I'll go into the side chest pose. I'll hold that pose for 3 seconds, and then I'll transition into a 3/4 twisting back and bicep shot like this. From there, I rotate counterclockwise to the back, continuing to work in a circle. From the back position, I'll hit a back double bicep shot, hold that for 3 seconds, transition 3 seconds, lat spread, hold it for 3 seconds, and then I'll turn counterclockwise again. And from this side, I'll perform a side chest shot, followed by a side tricep shot. Then I make another quarter turn in the same direction to face the front, at which point I'll bring my arms up overhead and strike my front ab pose like this. After the ab pose, I'll finish with a most muscular. Now, it's common to finish with a most muscular pose to show off the full body muscularity, but it's not a rule. You can finish with any pose or variation that you like. Team Labrada member Ryan Workman will be joining me shortly to demonstrate this routine once again. Feel free to follow along and then rewind and repeat until you have it down. The best way to learn how to pose is by practicing different posing routines. If you're new to posing, I recommend that you learn how to do this routine first. This one will serve as a warm-up for you, and once you know and understand the basics of this routine, I suggest you watch video footage of other bodybuilders performing their contest routines and try to do parts of their routines that you like. You can find ideas on YouTube and footage from Mr. Olympia competitions and other pro shows and even top amateur shows. If you take the time to work through the process, then creating your own personalized routine will be much easier. Now let's practice. Joining me once again is Ryan to demonstrate. Ryan, whenever you're ready. And so Ryan starts with the poses from the front. Takes 3 seconds to do his transitions, very smooth. Goes to the side, working counterclockwise to the back, the rear double bicep, followed by the lat spread. Now this next pose is a side chest from the other side. So you see he's still working counterclockwise. A side tricep pose, and now he's facing the front with an overhead abdominal pose, and finally his most muscular. Excellent. Thank you, Ryan. Pay particular attention to the transitions between the poses. It's important to keep the transitions fluid so that you look smooth and coordinated just like Ryan did. Try different transitions between the poses and be conscious of what each part of your body is doing. Watch details such as your hands. Open hands represent grace, while clenched fists demonstrate power. Facial expressions are important also. A serious look can accentuate a powerful pose, but don't forget also to use a confident smile to draw the audience in. As with anything else, practice makes perfect, so set aside at least 20 to 30 minutes every day to practice your posing. This is especially important in the weeks leading up to your bodybuilding competition. Set up a posing practice area that you're comfortable with. You can practice using the mirrors of the aerobics studio at your local gym, or you can simply prop up a full-length mirror in your garage. The important thing is to use mirrors for visual feedback. Start your posing routine practice at least 10 to 12 weeks before your show. Have a friend or training partner snap pictures of you doing your poses. And from these images, you'll be able to tell whether your poses look right or not. Photos of your back shots are especially important so that you can see what the audience sees when you turn around. In addition to photos, also have your partner videotape you performing your routine so that you can see what your presentation looks like, including your transitions between poses. Practice everything that you've learned in this lesson, and you'll be on your way to creating a dynamic presentation of your physique. In our next lesson, lesson number 8, we'll address how to construct a 90-second posing routine that is synchronized to music.